NottsRockCast is an association with Regular Riot. Welcome to NottsRockCast, the Notts Alternative Scene podcast. And here is your host, Jethro D, bringing you everything Notts and rock.
Welcome, Notts Rockers, to NRC-008 over YouTube. Yes, this week we've got a lesser-known celebrity of the Nottingham scene. Anyone who goes out a lot will know of him, so I won't introduce him too much more, but just don't forget, hit that subscribe button and ding that bell if you want to get notified when the next NottsRockCast video is up. Right, welcome today. We've got Balor Mitchell from the No Hate Festival and the Door of the Salutation. Say hello, Si.
Hi, guys.
Right, I've got Si in today to talk to us about his time working with the No Hate Festival, putting on gigs, and as I said, working at the Door of the Ye Old Salutation. So, would you like to introduce yourself a bit more, Si?
Yeah, I think most of you, if you've been to the Sal at some point for the club nights, you've come across me in various disguises. Or
Disguises?
Yeah.
That was
different forms of dress, shall we say, from casual to the cowboy from Hell look.
All right, fair enough. I was going to ask that, and I didn't ask you before, but I will say now, where's Balor come from?
It was just a funny story. I was just on one lunch during the day, just came across, just Googling through Amazon, and I just came across this mask, and I thought that would look brilliant for Halloween.
Yeah.
As a costume, and then off the cuff, I was like, I need to find a nickname for him, and yeah, Googled names and following my Celtic roots.
Yeah.
Came across the nickname Balor.
Right. So that's like an alter ego persona sort of thing.
Yeah, that's the
cool.
one.
Yeah, because I see you keep talking about doing it and bringing him out for Halloween.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd just ask. It's something I found interesting anyway.
And he's kind of like it's still growing.
Yeah, fair enough. Right then, do you want to give us a quote of inspiration that you've learned from your time in Notts?
The one thing that I've always stood by is the old saying. It's not just in Notts. It's well known, but it's a case of if you really want something bad enough,
yeah,
you will get it.
Oh right.
You just got to be prepared to work for it.
Yeah. Oh okay. No, that's. I think that's. Do you know what? I live by that all the time. I speak with people, and saying, you know, if you want something, go get it.
Exactly.
And it's definitely rings home true to me with this podcast. Couldn't find a podcast about the alternative scene in Notts, so I made one.
Exactly.
And I will say, this morning when I was doing a bit of editing, I was sat there and had to put on one of the podcasts with Lewis Phillis, and I was sat there listening to it, and I went, I've created a podcast, but I'm still not listening to a Notts podcast, which is kind of defeats my object.
Yeah.
Right. Are you originally from Notts?
Yeah, I'm a Nottingham born and bred lad. It's now, from what my family have said, is now, the hospital that I was born at is now an old people's home.
Oh, right.
Called the Firs in Sherwood.
Oh, I think I've seen that.
But that used to be a maternity hospital.
Oh, right.
In 1980, show my age a bit there.
Oh, fair enough. You're not too much older than me, to be honest. But so whereabouts in Notts did you live?
So I started off in Sherwood.
Yep.
Winchester Street, Winchester Road.
Oh right. I think
that's the name of the road. Excuse me if you're from Sherwood. Apologies if I got the name of the road wrong. Well, it's just off of the Mansfield Road.
Yeah.
So it's about 5 minutes from the centre of Sherwood.
Yeah.
Then I moved briefly to Hucknall.
Yeah.
When I was about 1.5, 2,
Yeah.
moved to Hucknall to Beardall Streets. And the
Yeah.
house used to be black and white, not anymore.
All right. Is it some type of funky colour with Artexing over it?
Probably now.
Yeah.
It's during the 21st century, should we say.
All right. Okay. Right then. What is your profession?
Right, the day job is an accounts clerk at a local solicitors firm called Cavington Solicitors by the train station.
Oh, right.
It's not a glamorous job. It is probably the most tedious job going.
Yeah.
But it is fun.
Okay.
And it pays the bills.
Yeah, well, that's something I said in the last podcast was that about paying the bills, and we've all got to take on the day job. But you did say it was fun.
Yeah.
You do enjoy it then?
There are days when it can be extremely stressful and you want to go absolutely ballistic at everyone.
Yeah.
But we all still go out and have a drink at lunch.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, you get to go for a drink at lunch?
Yeah.
See, I want a job like that. I'm going to have to speak to my boss.
As long as you don't get hammered.
Well, yeah, obviously. But no, I make cables during the day in Beeston. So I don't think I could even have one pint and still manage to put these audio cables together.
Yeah, that might be a bit risky.
Yeah, especially with a hot soldier nine. I'm terrible as it is with like dyspraxia and dropping things. So put a pint on top of it. I think I'm in serious health and safety issues there.
Yeah. But the other professions, I would say, apart from the accounts clerk, I would say I do as I've been introduced, I do also the admissions for the salutation.
Yeah.
On Maid Marian Way. Been doing that for nearly 10 years now.
All right.
So I'm probably part of the furniture at the salutation now.
Yeah.
Almost.
Well, part of the family. If you get a chance to listen to the podcast before this, Jay was talking about being part of a bigger family, and he was thanking everyone up and down the like the management scale and the staff scale. So, but no,
Yeah.
definitely,
I would definitely agree with Jay on that one.
It's an absolutely brilliant place. So what got you started on working the door?
It was going back to 2010-ish.
Yeah.
We used to work at the Central Bar. We used to be a small live music venue.
Right.
Just behind the Palais or Prism or whatever it's called now.
Yeah.
But it's now, or it was last known as the Karaoke Bar, bottom of Wells Road.
All right. I don't think I know it myself. It was definitely before I actually started turning up in Notts.
Yeah.
I must admit. So which nights do you do there?
I used to work behind the bar there.
Right. Yeah.
And then it was a case of, due to an injury where I shattered the heel on my foot.
Oh, nice.
So I was unable to walk.
Yeah.
Weight bear on it for about a year.
Oh, right.
So it's purely because of that, and I needed little bit of extra money.
Well, yeah, as everyone does.
I started to do admissions there for little club gigs there,
Yeah.
and then shortly after, Al White, who runs Wildside
Yeah.
Club Night, I started to do his night, and as the saying goes, the rest is history.
Yeah, no, definitely, because that's actually how I met you, was actually turning up to the Sal and you were on the door taking admissions.
Yeah.
I think that was the first night, and then I kept coming back for gigs and kept seeing you, and we just got chatting, and
Yeah.
the next thing I know, we're meeting each other for drinks.
Yeah,
So.
it's the one thing I love about it is the people I've met
Yeah,
since doing it. It's just phenomenal.
and some right characters, I
Yeah.
bet, as well.
Right at the beginning of it all, I was, believe it or not, anybody who's met me would be shocked by this, but I used to be quite shy and quiet.
Right.
Very shy, timid person.
Yeah.
Kept myself to myself, and now, well, I'm more outgoing,
Yep, talkative.
and sometimes you'll wish, well, really, shut up for once.
I've never said that to your face. Right then. So Just want to expand on it a bit more. Do you want to talk a bit about Wildside? Because a couple of people have mentioned it, but we've not actually said what it actually is.
Wildside is I believe, is the longest running and biggest independent. Hang on, let me start that one again. Excuse me.
Yeah, no problem. Start again.
It is the longest running independent club night in the UK.
Oh, right.
As it's been running for 15 years now, approximately.
Oh, interesting. And that's for glam rock, isn't it?
Yes, it's
primarily.
Glam and sleaze metal club night, Warrant, Guns N' Roses, big hair, which I've got none, so I'm out of luck on that one.
Yeah. Well, the hair doesn't make the person or the genre, I suppose. But yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah. It's when you think glam, you think bullet belts and big hair, I suppose, and lots of hairspray.
Exactly, that's the one.
Okay, then. What compelled you to be into the alternative scene?
I've always been into rock and heavy metal since I was little. And going very... I would say the band that actually got me into rock and heavy metal is, may rest in peace, is Ace of Spades from Motorhead.
Yeah.
When they appeared on The Young Ones in the early 80s.
Yes, I have seen that. Now, obviously, I would have saw it in the 90s.
Yes.
But yeah, no, The Young Ones, absolutely brilliant. If you haven't watched The Young Ones, Google it, YouTube it, watch it.
It is phenomenal.
Have you got a favourite character from there?
Vivian.
I thought you'd say that. Oh, yeah. No, I think all of them are brilliant, especially Heavy.
Yeah.
But, yeah. You got into watching Motorhead from that.
But then in the early 80s, when I was a kid, I was listening to, mainly because of what my mum was listening to, was bands like White Snake, ZZ Top, the old classic rock.
Yeah.
And then and I hate to admit it, I kind of strayed away from heavy metal and rock.
Okay.
In the mid-90s, I went more into the hip-hop scene.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But when I say hip-hop, I'm talking about the old school, I would say the proper, like Tupac, Dr. Dre era.
Oh, right. The start of that era. But then bit of Run DMC as well.
Yeah, Run DMC.
Yeah, have you watched on Netflix Who Killed Jam Master Jay?
I've not seen that yet.
Oh, so... you need to watch that. That is very interesting.
I need to,
really enjoyed watching that.
But then I got back into metal in about 96.
Yeah,
97-ish, and I just started to get back into listening to Slipknot.
Yeah,
and then from there, it's just the one thing I love about the alternative scene is we're like one big, huge family.
Yeah,
because we just go out and we just love the environment, the music.
Yeah,
it's so laid back, unless you're in the middle of a Slayer mosh pit.
Yeah, do you know what? I found a picture the other day, and it was my elbow bruised to hell. And it wasn't the Slayer one. It was the Slipknot gig I went to.
Oh, they're even more brutal.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It just really was. But it's the thing about a mosh pit, what a lot of people that don't get into it don't understand, is it's a way to release anger and to release stress, tension. You'll come out bruised, battered. You might even have a black eye or a bloody nose or a busted elbow. But you come out feeling so refreshed and not hating the world. But
it's also the other thing about mosh pits that people seem to, who haven't been in one, don't also realise, seem to forget.
Yeah.
Is that if you see somebody fall over, you get picked up.
Yes.
Right? You don't have to worry about being trampled on. It's not.
No, it's a friendly fight.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So, completely forgotten to say, was a lot of people asked to hear you on this podcast. So your name is actually very much getting round the place. And I think you do really owe that to Working on the Door, don't you?
Yes, massively. I mean, me now, if you had said to me when I first started doing admissions
Yeah.
that I would know people who live in Newcastle,
Yeah.
Manchester, London, I would have literally just laughed in your face.
All right.
Now, I can literally go anywhere.
Yeah.
And it's like everybody seems to know me. And I'm still trying to wrap my head around that because when I was younger, you could count the amount of friends I had on one hand.
Really?
Now,
You're like one of the most popular people I know. So
now it's just, yeah.
Yeah.
And it is down to doing the admissions at the South for Wildside and various club nights, including Sammy's club nights as well. And Phil Court's nights.
The Hex ones.
The Hex nights. And then
Phil Court's nights.
Phil Court's when he used to do Metal Militia Torturous Promotions.
Yeah.
Used to do Metal Militia at the Sal.
All right. Cool. I think that's probably where I met Phil, thinking about it.
Highly likely.
Yeah. I think I stumbled in there thinking, oh, well, I might as well go see what's going on upstairs tonight.
Yeah. Phil's nights are predominantly what you call black metal and Viking metal. And
now he does a lot more at the Chameleon Cafe.
Yes.
I was talking to the landlady and landlord there, and hopefully I'll be able to get them on the show soon as well.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
That's a completely different entity as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, it's... I like how we've kind of like... People who started out at the Sal are now also venturing into other things as well.
Yeah.
Like moving to other venues, other professions. I like myself becoming now, like I was introduced with being behind No Hate Festival.
Yes. Should we talk about that a bit more then?
Yeah. I mean, that all came about, and I only started on that purely as for the Sophie Lancaster Foundation.
Yeah.
And I was watching the documentary on one of the crime channels on Sky.
Yeah.
And it's a case and it's a charity that means so much to me that I've actually got the logo tattooed which I did get permission from the charity for.
Yeah.
Doing it.
Wow. I believe in that charity so much. Every year I go to Bloodstock and I'll go and get my Bloodstock Sophie wristband. And they only charge £2, but every time I'll hand them a £5 or a £10, and they're like, "Oh, do you want your change back?" And I'm like, "No, I just want to give you the money, and I just want the wristband at the same time." So, do you want to speak a bit more about what actually happened with that then, to explain it more?
I mean, for those of you that have heard of the Sophie Lancaster Foundation but don't know the incident, it is where in Bacup, Lancashire, I think she was just a young girl, just before 21.
Yeah.
Girl with a boyfriend, went to the all-night garage, as we all have done. Late at night, we ran out of smokes or supplies, gone down there, and they bumped into some guys who've invited them to join their group in the local park.
Yeah.
Having a chat. And just because Sophie and her boyfriend were goths, got jumped by, how could I put it politely,
gangsters.
Plastic gangsters that go around, the sort of guys that hang around parks late at night, thinking that they're big and bad, drinking and doing drugs. And they first started, a group of 5 of them started off beating her boyfriend, Rob, to literally unconscious, massive brain injury, really badly beaten.
Yeah.
Everybody was too scared to stop. And as they'd all walked off, the gang who started the fight, well, not really a fight, started the beating, uncalled, unjustified beating, right, walked off. Sophie was there. Sorry, this is a bit hard to talk about it because it could happen to any of us.
If you don't want to continue, you don't have to.
But no, and as she's cradling his head, 2 of the lads came back and started to kick her around the head, stamping on her head. They were both unrecognisable. If you've seen the photos of them in hospital, it's scary.
Well, I will put a link to the Sophie Lancaster Foundation page.
Or if you can find it, I don't know whether it's still on BBC iPlayer anymore.
Okay.
There's the mini drama called Murdered for Being Different.
Oh, right.
That was about the Sophie Lancaster murder.
Oh, okay. But as I say, I'll put this all in the show notes and put links to it. For those that don't know, the show notes are on the website. You can find everything we talk about, all the links to what Si does, all the links to everything we talk about, and pictures and any information. So if there's anything you want put on there, just tell me. And when I'm re-listening to it, I'll write a note in my notebook.
Yeah.
As I said, I don't get my notebook out anymore because I kept having my notebook out facing the interviewee or the person I'm chatting with, and I never wrote a note.
Yeah.
I'm terrible. So
I'm just as bad. But then basically the No Hate Festival came about was it was approaching the 10-year anniversary, which is 2017.
Yeah.
Of her murder, and I thought I've seen the odd charity.
Yeah.
For her, but
Yep.
I'm not. But for me, it's more about against.
It was the
whole,
local. It was the local aspect of it, I think you were telling me at first when we first spoke about it.
It was predominantly the only place where you would see gigs done in aid of the charity was in Manchester.
Yeah.
Which is Lancashire.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, hang on. It doesn't just happen it hasn't just happened in Manchester.
Yeah.
It happens everywhere.
It does happen everywhere.
And it can be just as much as you walking down the street getting ripped to shreds because of just how you dress.
Yeah.
To beatings where it's happened in Glasgow recently, it's happened in London several times. And it just needs to stop because it's like, why is that the way we dress got anything to do with who we are?
Well, it hasn't really, and I do, like I said, I completely support the Sophie Lancaster Foundation because they actually the mother goes around all the
Sylvia.
schools, and she explains to every child in a school exactly what happened and the reasons why it happened.
And that's what the Sophie Lancaster intends to do, is try through education to the next generation to say it is just because of the way somebody dresses or looks should not make a difference.
Yeah,
we are
exactly.
all one. We are all human beings.
Yeah.
Well, apart from Donald Trump.
Oh, now, okay, I did forget to say something, and I will. No Brexit, no politics.
But no, that's all I'm saying on that.
No, unfortunately, no Brexit, no politics in this podcast.
No, I've had enough of that as it is.
Brilliant. You should listen to Lewis Phillis's podcast because at the beginning of it, he talks about purity for Facebook. It basically cuts out any keywords that you put in it. I'm like, wow, that's fucking interesting.
Yeah.
So, right then. So, the No Hate Festival, you did it.
So, the first No Hate Festival in 2017, I did it at Rescue Rooms on the 11th of November.
Yeah,
and
you look at the poster I got on the wall.
I just had to jog my memory because I've been very busy, but it was absolute, and I can't thank everybody who was involved with that enough for it. The bands, the crew really behind it. It was absolutely amazing on all points, and we raised 450 quid for the charity.
Well, that's brilliant, isn't it?
So, and it's just like the charity was happy as well.
Yeah, I did actually work it and was stage managing for it. Yeah. So it was fun and it's something I'd never done before.
Yeah.
And the fact that you did it for charity was the main reason why I got involved.
It was a big step up, especially from for a first-time gig as a promoter, that when you've never done, you've watched everybody else do it.
Yeah.
And you've thought, I could do that. But what you don't see is all the legwork and work that is done behind the scene.
Yeah.
But
I think I've stressed quite a bit how much actually goes into doing a podcast.
Yeah.
You're going to sit here for 2 hours, 2 hours and talk with me, but I'm going to spend the best part of between 4 and 8 hours getting it all together and actually launching it.
Yeah.
And then a couple more hours on top sat on Facebook trying to advertise it, which I'm doing a really crap job at the moment.
But but I still love doing it.
Yeah.
That's why I've got further gigs coming up this year, which I'll speak about later on.
Yeah.
I'll go into more detail with. But no, and then it was like we had Hostile headline.
Yep.
We teamed up for the first No Hate Festival, or No Hate Festival ended up teaming up with the magazine, Devolution magazine.
Yes.
Which is a massive alternative magazine.
Yep.
Got featured in there, got photo. They interviewed the bands.
Where does the guy that was the rep for it, where does he hail from?
Majority of them are from down south.
All right, so he travelled up to actually cover it then?
Yeah, he
all right,
Mark
okay.
Besford, who was there, who photographer and do you call is it journalist now?
Yeah, journalist. Yeah,
for Devolution magazine.
Yeah,
he travels to a lot of gigs and seems very busy because I bumped into him at Stone Deaf last year, and it's like,
right.
well, so
which festival's that? Stone Deaf.
Last year was headlined by Skid Row.
All right.
In Newark Showground.
Oh yeah, Newark Showground.
On the bank holiday August, bumped into him there.
All right, cool. I'm glad we kind of touched on being you going to Stone Deaf. So seeing one festival and then doing a festival yourself.
Yes. So it's what I intend to do is by looking at and taking little bits from how I see other promoters and other festivals are done.
Yeah.
And take it and use it as educating myself and it's inspiration from those festivals, seeing how well they're doing. I think, well, that's where I want to be one day.
Yeah. Was it a massive undertaking? That's the question I really want to ask.
It was, especially as some of you know, or actually no, a lot of you who know me know I also have issues with mental health issues.
Right.
So it was a massive undertaking, but it helped me because it kept my mind distracted and focused on something else other than
what you're going through.
Yeah.
So that relates back to your quote at the end of the day, doesn't it? And I think that's a really marvellous thing to say. You can have a mental illness that you live with, or your mental illness can live with you, would you say?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, for me, my attitude is it's going to be with me for life.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like try and do what I can, not to let the depression kick in.
Yeah.
And keep my mind busy. Because it's with thanks to doing No Hate Festival and other festivals this year that I've got coming up, it does that. So I'm not in my room, sat there on my own, either stirring in my own thoughts or resorted to the drink.
Yeah, which it's so easy nowadays.
Yeah, because I mean there have been times, and as recent as. And I will be honest, about suicide awareness as well, which is a massive mental health. Yeah. We had No Hate Festival. The first No Hate Festival came very close to not happening. It's because I nearly gave in to suicide. But I beat it. I'm still here. And I'm still going strong.
Right.
There are times where I want. But it's like,
stay on the horse, dude.
Yeah.
Stay on the horse. Stay on the horse, keep riding that bitch.
Oh, yeah. Hey, they ain't stopping me now.
Good.
I've been there once.
Do you want to talk about the second one as well, last year?
The second one was a good one. But, but it wasn't as successful as the first one due to conflicting with It's a learning curve.
Another band.
It's a learning curve for me because it just turned out to be happening on the wrong weekend, as it happened at the same weekend as Goose Fair in Nottingham, as well as a massive local Nottingham band.
Yeah,
Evil Scarecrow at City. So what I'm planning on doing is with No Hate. It's far from over yet.
Yeah,
but we're not doing one this year.
Okay.
While I work on other gigs, build up more of a budget and a more financial backing. So when No Hate does return in the near future, we will be bigger, we will be better, and we will be louder.
That sounds brilliant to me. Yeah, you've just heard it. No Hate's not going to happen this year. So you're not quitting it.
No.
All you're doing is you're just going to regroup, get the funds together, and put on something even bigger, better, and louder.
It will, with what I've got planned, if everything comes to fruition.
Yeah.
If you, those of you who have attended No Hate Festival, especially the first one, imagine that on steroids at 100 times the level.
Okay, that's a bold statement to make. So I'll be sitting and waiting, and when you do get back to doing that. But the gigs that you've got coming up, did you want to talk anything about them, or are you just?
Yeah, I mean, I've got two new festivals under Sideboard Promotions. We have teamed up with my good mate Bud Chatwin. Yeah, we've got the first one at the Maze on the 13th of March. It is a midweek gig.
Yep.
But we've got Wild Street from New York coming over. We've got LA Cobra from Pretoria, South Africa, and Strickenin from Sweden.
Okay.
As well as a local band opening it. I think some of you may have seen them, Lipstick.
Oh, right.
Opening it.
Okay.
And this is on the Maze. But then I've got another charity festival on the 11th of May. Sorry, bear with me a second. Just try to, just making sure I've got the right date.
Yeah.
It's like old age, you start to forget dates and that.
Yeah.
And I've got that many dates going off in my head. I'm like, hang on, which day are we on? But we've got Sci-Fest, which is another charity festival, which is raising money and awareness for a local charity called Improving Lives in Knots, which is a charity that helps those and support those who are like myself, and those and family members who are dealing with mental health problems.
Yeah.
Whether it's caring for somebody.
What was the name of that again?
Sci-Fest.
No, I meant the charity.
It's Improving Lives Knots.
Improving Lives Knots.
Yes.
Okay, I will look that up. Again, links are going to be in the show notes so people can get hold of it.
And the bands that we've got at the moment that have already been announced is we've got the headliner, The Cut.
Right.
Which is grunge metal band. We've got also Spreading the Disease as main support.
Yeah.
We've also got when is this airing?
When is this airing?
Yeah.
In not this weekend.
It's next weekend, isn't it?
Actually, no, it won't be this Friday. It'll be 2 weeks on from that.
Yeah, that's cool. It's I can actually just want to confirm so I can.
We've just given away when the podcast is actually recorded, you know.
Right.
Okay. What we say?
But basically, right. So Sci-Fest, it's the first one.
Yep.
Which is raising money for Improving Lives Knots. We've got The Cut headlining.
Yeah.
We've also got Spreading the Disease as the main support. We've also got AFK, Cryogenics.
Yeah.
And also we've got the Crimson Brigade and Flirting with Corpses.
Oh right, yep. Sammy and
Nicky's band, who, believe it or not, actually work at the Salutation. So
we talked about them in the last podcast with Jay.
Yeah, but we've also got as well. It's not the doors are opening from 3:00 on
Saturday the 2nd. This podcast will be airing. Not Saturday, no, Friday the 1st. There you go.
But so doors are opening about 3:00. We'll have the live bands on till 10, 11 o'clock. And then we've got local DJ Flying Mattress, otherwise known as Martin.
Yep.
DJing until the early hours of the morning. So we've got the live bands all day, followed by a club night. And it's 12 quid. It's £12 while the bands are on. And I'm still yet to decide on what to drop the price down to for the club night if you're only turning up for the club night.
Yeah, okay.
But all the details will be revealed over the coming few months.
And what date is that on again?
That's on the 11th of May, Saturday.
Cool.
Doors from 3:00.
Yeah.
But I've also got another name of the gig, date, and venue is still to be confirmed, but I'm also working on doing another charity gig towards the end of the year, which is for the armed forces, for everybody who was in the armed forces, and looking at helping those who are out of the armed forces improve their lives.
Yeah.
The forgotten heroes, should we say.
Yeah. Okay. Right. If you wouldn't mind, we're going to crack on with a few more questions.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because I think you've talked about nearly everything you're doing at the moment, haven't you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
All rolled into one. Several
Yeah.
questions, all rolled into one answer.
Well, that's what I said at the start of the podcast, is I've only put together a set of questions that gives opportunity for people to talk. Like I keep saying to people, I will put anyone in the chat seat. Oh, that's what I'm calling it, the chat seat now. There we go. I've come up with something.
Yeah.
NottsRockCast chat seat.
That's better.
There we go.
Chat until you drop.
Chat until you drop. Yeah, so the idea is I put in basic questions, and that gives opportunity to talk about your specialist subjects and stuff like that. Now it sounds like Mastermind.
Yeah.
Right. So, any special mentions or more details about yourself?
Sorry, my brain's just gone numb.
Yeah, it does.
Some people will probably thinking, when is his brain never numb?
We'll skip that one if you
we'll
want.
skip that one.
That's fine. What hurdles did you personally face, and how did you overcome them?
Oh, I mean, one of the massive hurdles that I faced was when I first started with No Hate. Being not known as a promoter is trying to get your foot through that door to venues. And I did. It took me approximately 2-3 months of just emailing venues all around Nottingham about No Hate Festival. And I emailed, I think, God knows how many venues, and it happened to end up being at Rescue Rooms, because I thought, with it being a big venue, it was the very last venue I actually emailed.
Oh, right, okay.
I just thought, take a long shot. Right, what's the chances? It ain't going to do any harm. What's the worst that they're going to do? Is say no.
Yeah.
And when they came back and said they could pencil me in, I nearly fell off the stool, because I was like, hang on, how the hell did I just land Rescue Rooms?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And got Rescue Rooms.
I think it's a very big feat you undertook, going from like not doing anything to suddenly doing a full day festival.
Yeah, it was a massive, massive gamble, and it worked.
Yeah.
Because the name's now almost established.
Yeah.
Still work to be done on it, but it will get there.
Yeah.
Because, I'm far from done yet.
No, that's brilliant. And I'll tell you something, we'll leave it on that for the moment. We'll go and have a break, go and have a drink, and then we'll come back for Knots and Rock section.
Yep, that's cool.
All right. And I just wanted to remind you, as always, I'm getting bored of saying this, I've got like 60 more to do. But if you want us to hear the local music and some news, please head over to your favourite podcast player to listen. Okay, so what is your favourite Robin Hood movie?
I mean, my favourite Robin Hood movie has got to be Robin Hood Men in Tights, because it's of its humour twist on the whole story.
I'm glad you said that, because a lot of people keep saying, obviously, Robin Hood, Prince and Thieves, which, don't get me wrong, absolute amazing movie, but Robin Hood Men in Tights is funny as hell. What's your favourite scene?
I would have to say where you've got them all singing "We're Men in Tights" bit, doing the can. It is just so comical, and it is.
Yeah.
I think I saw it when I was about 15.
Yeah.
And at the cinema, and it was just, even now, it's one of those films that I just can't help but laugh.
No, I still can't help but laugh. And my favourite scene from it is where the blind guy falls from the tree, and he goes, I can see, and runs into the tree.
Yeah, that bit as well. It's just the whole setup, and I just love his name, Abe Blink.
Yeah, Abe Blink. That was his name, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just, or I'm father of a sneeze.
A sneeze, yeah. So, okay, tell us a story or myth about Notts.
It would have to be the mythological story and debate whether Robin Hood was real or not.
Okay.
And it's a tough one because people are saying, is he real?
Yeah.
Or is he just a myth because...
That's what they needed at the time?
Yeah.
A bit
give themselves hope.
Yeah.
Against the hard times. Oh, there's a guy out there robbing from the rich and giving it to the poor.
Yeah.
But at the same time, is he a myth or is he a legend?
Yeah. Watching and doing a bit of research into Robin Hood myself, I'm still a bit confused because there's obviously Robin Hood named as Robin of Locksley, Robin Longstride, and suppose he wasn't the same person that he was when he went off to the Crusade, so there was a different person that took over from him. It's brilliant how it's adapted itself to so many different storylines, but still under that one saying that you said, rob from the rich and give to the poor.
Exactly, that's it.
Yeah.
Because that's the root behind... It's been known as Robin of Locksley and Robin Hood and the names that you mentioned. And if people were like, who? It's like the guy who robbed from the rich and gave to the poor.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, yeah, that's him.
Yeah. It's a bit like everyone says Little John, but it's not Little John, it's John Little.
Yeah, exactly.
And do you know what the name of the bell is in the Market Square?
I will be honest, it's one thing that I'm not aware of.
But how many times have you heard it?
Every 15 minutes of the day.
Of course you work in the middle of town.
Yeah.
It's actually called Little John.
Oh, right.
And I believe, I will double check and put the facts in the show notes, but I believe it's a sister bell of Big Ben. Well, brother bell.
I've heard that
it was made in the same foundry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was made not long after.
Yeah. And
Big Ben's.
The only way I heard about that was being part of a social group one evening. One guy was chatting to my wife about it, and she found it absolutely fascinating. But yeah, hearing that bell chime, sometimes you forget it's even there, but you know it's there, and you hear it, especially when you stood right next to the council houses. It's loud.
I mean, the best one is when I'm walking by, you know it's going to go off every 15 minutes. Like, I've got a watch, I've got a clock on my... I know, just do it on the hour. You don't need to do it every 15 minutes.
I think that's tradition, though, isn't it?
But like you said, it's a tradition. It's like, if it didn't do it in 1:15 minutes, like, hang on, what? You'd be like, hang on, what the hell's going on? Because you're so used to hearing it, you think, just like one time it doesn't do it, you're like, hang on, scratching your head, wondering what the hell's going off.
Hang on, which town am I in again? Oh, right, Notts, that's the one. What is your most favourite part of Notts or Nottinghamshire?
I'm torn on that one between...
You can talk about both if you want.
Between two is, as I mentioned, Robin Hood. It would be between Sherwood Forest itself and the Major Oak, because I visited the legendary tree when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But as well as Nottingham Castle and the caves.
Yeah.
Because the caves are just, well, they're everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe John Robertson, one of our previous guests, he actually said that if all the caves joined up, you could walk from one side of Nottingham to the other without actually coming up for air.
Yeah. It's just the underground network underneath the castle.
Yeah.
And that spreads out, like Jay's probably mentioned in the previous one about the...
Yeah, about the South Caves.
The South Caves. And they're all connected, even though it's all connected, some of them is only by a small gap that is a bit of a gamble to go through. But it's all the myths of how prisoners in Nottingham Castle and the courts of justice use those caves to escape.
Yeah, it's very interesting because Nottingham is built on this big lump of sandstone.
Yeah.
I think, like the way it was explained to me, it's the right type of sandstone.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the right and the wrong type is, really. I'm not a geologist, Jim.
Yeah. or I'd probably put it as the fact that we've not had any buildings collapse in underground yet.
No, thankfully not.
Touching wood.
Yeah, touching wood. Okay, what is your most treasured musical object?
I was going to say my stag bass, but no, it would have to be my signed Maria Brink post print.
Poster?
Hang on, let me start that bit again.
Go
My
on.
signed Maria Brink print
Right.
that I got when I went to go and see In This Moment on my 35th birthday.
Wow.
That's all framed, as well as I've got the ticket framed.
Yeah.
And a little picture of their their tour date poster as well. All
Oh, that's really cool.
framed and put up on my wall.
Could you? Oh no, I won't ask the question yet because I kind of know. I think I know where this is leading. So actually, I will ask the question. I'll just skip. I'll just make sure I go back to the next question. Okay, on this, scene as you've said about this, and I kind of know where it's going. I think. What is your most influential band or artist?
Well, this is where I'm probably going to get you now.
Are you going to screw me up?
is probably, I would actually say, as of recently, I mean, In This Moment was at the time in 2015, my influential band, but of recently, it would have to be Arch Enemy, even though it's controversial at the moment.
Oh, fair enough.
But it is mainly because of their song "The World Is Yours."
Oh right, the song "The World Is Yours."
Yeah, is because if you listen to the lyrics and the chorus, if you really want it, the world is yours. It's one of the strongest meanings that I say. Yeah, if you really want it,
really cool.
And every time, if I ever feel down or anything like that, or I feel like just giving up the promoting thing, I listen to that, and it just jogs my head back to why and where I'm going with my promoting.
Yeah.
And it just gets me back on the same right track.
Yeah. Oh, that's really good. I love the way music does that to people. No word of a lie at the moment. I'm listening to 9 Inch Nails like every day.
Yeah.
For some reason, I have spurts of enjoying bands, and I loved 9 Inch Nails when I was in secondary school. Then you kind of only listen to them once in a while, and for some reason, right at the moment, they've popped up in my head, and I've bought nearly every CD of theirs again.
Yeah, I mean, another one of my favourite songs as well from Arch Enemy is Nemesis. Is again their lyrics.
Yeah,
it's just when you listen to the lyrics of these songs.
Yeah,
they're just amazing if you actually translate them correctly.
Yeah,
and it's like Nemesis. We are one. We are strong.
Yes, I have heard that. I think that's a brilliant song.
And you know what? It's how I am, and I think that sums up the metal scene, the metal community, because as one, because we're always looking out for each other as well. That's why we're like a family. Yeah. It's because if one needs a little bit of a boost, we'll make sure that they get the boost. Yeah. They'll get that pickup. And if they go through a tough time, we'll help them out.
Yeah, like we were saying with the mosh pit, someone falls down, we all stop, we pick them up so they can get battered again.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's
just
nice,
so they can get knocked back down again.
But going back on that whole... Yeah. It's nice that people do get back up.
Yeah.
And it's nice that people are there to support them.
Exactly. You can't get any more of a family-oriented scene.
I completely agree. I really do. I know, okay, so you kind of screwed me up on what I was thinking then, because in this moment, you've got something, this could have been your special mention.
Yeah.
Right? In this moment, you've got something very special about In This Moment.
As well as the two, as well as the two tattoos of Maria Brink as well.
That's what I mean. You've that much into In This Moment. I saw on Facebook that you had the tattoos of Maria Brink up your side, which is like, wow, that's dedication.
But I'm also, because of the other thing is that one of the things that really I do find inspiring is how many now female fronted metal bands there are, and some of the girls' vocals out there are just blowing the blokes clean out the water.
I think, yeah.
You've got Ginger.
Yep.
You've got Arch Enemy vocals.
Yep.
You've got Within Temptation.
Yep.
Nightwish.
Yep.
And God knows how many more that are hitting various...
Butcher Babes.
Yeah, exactly. I can't believe I forgot that. Those. I mean, yeah, I've just forgotten one of the bands where I'm planning on getting Colin and Heidi actually tattooed on my back, as well as Angela and Elisa on my back as well.
Okay, so you're going to be a bloke covered in tattoos of women.
Basically, yeah. But they've all got one thing in common. They're all the vocalists of successful metal bands.
Yeah. Which, like you said, it's brilliant that you're seeing more and more from what used to be a male-dominated scene. You can call it profession, if you want. But yeah, metal was definitely a male vocal thing, and now they just seem to be going more and more. Like back when I was in secondary school, I loved My Ruin. Terry B.
Yeah.
Oh, I tell you something, that woman, amazing. Just thought she was amazing and very cute as well, especially being like an adolescent teen, you know, going through all them changes that
adolescent
we never like
crush.
to talk about. It was proper adolescent crush. And yeah, I think it's brilliant that it doesn't matter who you are or what genre or sex you are, you can achieve.
Exactly. That's it.
Yeah.
Right.
If you want to.
Yeah. I mean, that's the one, that's exactly you've nailed where my thought is. It's like you've got girls like these who have gone out in a very male-dominated industry.
Yeah.
And just said, I'm gone against all odds.
Yep.
And now, like Arch Enemy is recognised as a metal band.
Yep.
As Slayer, Machine Head, Metallica, Megadeth.
Yep. And the other thing as well, especially with Arch Enemy, first time I heard him, didn't even realise it was a woman.
Exactly the same as me.
I honestly, as soon as I got on YouTube, typed in Arch Enemy, my mind was blown. The voice on both of them.
It still baffles me now.
Yeah.
I mean, especially when I went to see Arch Enemy live at Rock City last year.
Yep.
Is seeing Arch Enemy live.
Well, I saw him at Bloodstock.
And Elisa is, 5 foot tops?
Wow. Okay.
Right? She's a small, petite girl. And then she's bellowing out this, how can you put it, raw?
Yeah.
And I'm like, how the
war
hell?
Cry.
Yeah. It's like, how the hell can a girl so petite blare out these vocals, this raw, that would put somebody at Slayer and Cannibal Corpse to shame?
Yeah, I'm okay. That's
probably not as heavy as Cannibal Corpse, but
wow, yeah. But like you were saying earlier, I think the word that's coming to mind for me is misconception.
Yes.
That was a big misconception on both our parts.
Yeah.
And that's something that nowadays is really frowned upon.
Even me now.
Yeah.
It's just like when somebody suggested I listen to Ginger if I like female fronted bands.
Yeah.
Metal bands. And I went to listen to it before I didn't see the video.
Okay.
I just went on Spotify and Googled the band Ginger.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, that's a bloke.
Oh no, did it again then?
Right. Doing the deep part.
Yeah.
And I thought, but when I saw it, it was just a soul woman. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that there are bands now still able to give you that wow factor.
Yeah.
And not the same old sounds.
Yes.
And that's the evolution of music over the years that I've seen.
Exactly. But it's not just the front of music as well, is it?
No.
It's the instruments and music. Some of the women are much better than some of the men you hear.
Yeah.
Take, I don't know whether I'm going to get frowned at for this because I usually say stuff and people will frown at me anyway. But Iron Maiden's, I can't remember, Nita, Nita, she's now with Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
You know, because she's that good. Alice Cooper turned up to one of their gigs, like he usually does, and goes, "Oh, get me their number." So now she's touring with Alice Cooper. It's like...
It's just how...
Yeah.
And that's what I love about the scene.
Yeah. It's a really, really nice atmosphere.
Exactly.
It always is. Okay, so I think, seeing as we've been talking this much, I'm going to say 4 words. Alt, rock, metal, or other.
All of the above.
All of the above.
Yeah. I mean, it's like... I mean, I've had people... We've talked about some of the... What some people say is the real heavy and alternative scene in music.
Yeah.
But it's like... And people seem to be baffled. Well, if you're into... And my favourite band is like Arch Enemy, how am I doing a glam night band?
Yeah.
Club night. And it's like... Well, my musical taste goes from... from Queen and Elvis...
Yeah.
Right up to bands like Meshuggah,
Yeah.
Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah.
And what I should have said this earlier, one of my favourite sayings was when Corey Taylor was interviewed by either Kerrang or Scuzz,
Yeah.
as in Corey Taylor from Slipknot, was they asked him a question about subgenres
Yeah.
and where music is, where you've got all these genres and subgenres and everything like that.
Yeah.
And his exact reply was, to me, there was only two genres of music, good music and bad music. And I think that sums it up, is because as much as I appreciate all the subgenres and everything,
Yep.
I just think for me, I just think it's just getting overcomplicated with all these, metalcore, death metalcore.
Yep.
It's like, well, hang on.
Grindcore, glam,
Yeah.
thrash,
It's like,
grind.
yeah.
What else we got?
We
We've
could
got
probably-
black death, technical death,
Industrial,
doom metal, stoner metal,
Metalcore,
Metalcore.
deathcore, grindcore, grind,
Yeah.
death metal. And it's like,
mathcore,
yeah.
degent.
And it's just getting to the point where it's like, hang on. People are just getting too focused on categorizing, but I think that's down to the evolution of, because when I grew up,
Yeah.
when I was a kid, it was hard rock,
Yeah.
and soft rock. And then when I was about 8, I think then you started to get like the genre of heavy metal
Yeah.
came out with like Metallica.
Mm.
And then gradually it's like, since then, it's just, there's probably more genres out there that we could probably be talking about. I mean, we probably still miss about half a dozen.
Even my head now was just spun a little bit, because when I tell my story about music and all that, I was into heavy metal before I went into secondary school. So when I went into secondary school, there was either the trendy lot, there was the lot that don't talk, or there was the grungers.
Yeah.
So I hung around with the grungers, because at the end of the day, I identified more towards grunge than I did towards all the pop shit.
Exactly.
And I will say that. And I will stand by that saying.
I mean, I agree. You could have
but
put it better myself.
I then just thought, so I then was encountered to grunge. But the thing I don't tell people, right at that time, I encountered new metal as well. So that's another one.
Yeah.
You know,
you've
rappers started coming onto the scene with like Limp Bizkit and all that. And all the shit he caused the bloody alternative scene. But like you're saying, this is, again, just want to make it clear about the podcast. It's not about rock. I know I put rock in the title, but I needed it to sound like podcast. So Nott's Rockcast is the same as Nott's podcast.
Yeah.
In my eyes. But it's about acoustic bands. It's about solo artists, singer-songwriters. It's about metal, rock. It's about anything alternative.
Exactly. And that's it. And it's just the evolution that's gone it's like, new metal.
Mm.
And it's like,
most slated metal subgenre ever, I think.
Yeah. Because you've had what? And it was like, if I remember, I mean, I might get this wrong, shoot me if I have, but even Disturbed across...
They were new metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
when they came out.
Yeah.
I think now they've slightly changed and they've moved into a different genre now, or they're probably still new metal, or...
Well, they brought out the Sound of Silence, and I hear so many people go, I've heard this band. They've redone Sound of Silence. It's brilliant, but I don't like the rest of it.
What?
And I'm like, that's one of the most softest parts of my genre in metal that...
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, if you don't like that, then you're going to like nothing else, especially the music I made myself.
I know Simon and Garfunkel did the original.
You know, I love Simon and Garfunkel.
And because I'd heard Disturbed's version first,
Yeah.
and people said, go check out the original, I thought,
Yeah.
I'll go check out the original. It's good, the original,
Yeah.
but I prefer Disturbed's.
Fair enough, but I will say this, and I'll say it like from the deepest bottom of my heart. Paul Simon is a legend.
Yeah.
If you've never heard anything other than Call Me Out, go and have a listen to some of Paul Simon's stuff, because the guy is just, he's musical, he's lyrical, and he brings a different approach on music, especially very different from his Simon and Garfunkel days. Like, I think one of the songs that I really like, and I'm sure it's probably a Simon and Garfunkel one, but I think it's Paul Simon, is 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. It's not hard, it's not rock, it is just a nice song about finding 50 ways to leave the person you're with.
I don't need that many reasons. They deal with me for about 3 weeks, and they're just like, yeah, I've had enough of him.
Oh no, so they're the ones singing the song.
Or I end up going. It's just generally because, I will be honest, I'm just too busy with the day job and everything. They don't get the attention that they need, so...
Oh, that's a shame. No, well, it's like I
say
said...
la vie.
Yeah, say la vie. If so long as you're happy with it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people get wound up into a job and don't take enough time out for themselves. But I suppose you are taking enough time out with going to gigs and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that's the other thing is, I mean, I'm planning on going to Stone Deaf this year.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to Download, Rock and Bike.
Okay.
As well as seeing Hailstorm gig in November.
Yeah, and they've in this moment.
Yeah. I will be honest, it's predominantly for the support bands New Year's Day and in this moment.
Yeah.
But I also want to see, because for me, Hailstorm are a good band.
Can't say that any one of their songs really appeals that much to me.
Yeah.
I haven't taken the time to actually listen to them. From what the snippets I did hear, I just was like, no.
Yeah.
But this is like you said earlier about there's good music, there's bad music, but that is my taste in music.
But it's down. But this is it, and I think it's what Corey Taylor's getting to.
Yeah.
Is it's down to your own personal taste yourself.
Yeah. Because I have such a broad range of music that I enjoy still. As much as metal is my thrash metal is my primary go-to music, I still listen to dance. Yeah. I still listen to rap, hip-hop. I still listen to some pop songs. I think that stupid song by Gautier came on the other day, and I found myself still singing along to it.
I have no idea on that.
Oh, don't. But let me put it one way. There's a song, it went into the charts. I thought it was a good song, and it was only when I started singing Bar Bar Black Sheep along with it that I realised that the song had been a rip-off from a nursery rhyme.
That doesn't surprise me.
Right then, name one thing you're excited about in the upcoming 6 months.
I would. The next 6 months,
or a period of time within this year.
I think the things that I'm looking forward to are, I would say, is the Wild Street gig, Wild Street and LA Cobra gig
that you're putting on.
That I'm putting on.
Yep.
As well as Sci-Fest.
Yep.
But it's also probably the Rock and Bike and Download Festival. Yep. I'm looking forward to the most, as well as the Hailstorm gig.
Yep. Well, I can. Oh wow! Okay, this is weird, and this is where podcasting gets weird. right? When you're talking about something and you think about something. Now, what I'm looking forward to on the day that this podcast is going to be released is I will be at Ozzy Osbourne.
Now that, right, now I'm really, really jealous is because I would have loved to have gone to it.
Yeah.
But I didn't think I'd be available.
Get the time or the money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or it was a case of probably at the time that the tickets went on sale, I was skint, which is why a lot of the time I end up missing gigs.
Yeah.
And as you can imagine, Ozzy Osbourne, the Prince of Darkness, the tickets don't take long to sell out.
I just also I really want to see Judas Priest at the same time, because I went to go and watch him at Bloodstock, and anyone that was there with me at Bloodstock is probably laughing at me now. I was right in a state. I enjoyed Judas Priest. I couldn't tell you which songs I heard, but I certainly enjoyed watching it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad you said that, because as some of you know me, people say I look, when I shave my head, I haven't got a hat on or anything like that. Because of my beard and that, people say I do look like Rob Halford. Right. So I'm like thinking I might take advantage of that and try to sneak into. I say, you know who I am? I'm Rob Halford. Let me in.
Yeah. And then you're going to get some security guy on the door that's primarily into hip hop and like, I don't know who you are.
Yeah. Sod's law.
Yeah, sod's law. Well, no, that's absolutely cool that you're looking forward to your own gigs, and it really is nice to see you've got a passion for these gigs.
I mean, for me, I would say it is probably one of, if not the best buzz I've ever experienced. I mean, especially buzz I got, an adrenaline rush that I got from the first gig that I put on, which was No Hate 2017.
Okay,
was just absolutely amazing. I don't think there's a drug, whether illegal or legal, on this earth that could give you that same buzz of putting a gig on and going up on a stage of the gig, of an event that you've put on with all the bands, and you've seen a crowd of people in front of you all having an amazing time.
Yeah.
It's just, and that's what music's about.
Yeah, it was really nice to see that from doing the stage managing as well. And thank you very much for allowing me to be in that position.
It was an absolute honour.
It was just brilliant to see how it all kicked off. I got to admit, it went like a whirlwind for me, because I was so busy getting people on and off and making sure that when we said they were going to be off, they were off. Yeah. When they said they were going to be on, they were going to be on. And managing bands, being polite to bands, and bands being polite back.
Exactly. That's
where I primarily met 3 Years of Winter. And then when I started doing more with my studio, they then asked if I would record their album, which was an absolute honour to do it with them. And it's been brilliant. It was a whirlwind of a learning experience. So if you're looking to get involved in something, get out into the scene and talk to people.
And don't say, oh, I can't do that. At the end of the day, 5 years ago, if you said I'd be promoting gigs, I'd have already done a gig at Rescue Rooms. I would have laughed. I went for it, and now I'm looking at potentially three, working on 3 festivals, other gigs, and I love it.
Cool.
So if you want it, go and get it, because you know what? It's only you who sets yourself limits.
That is true. And when you're out and someone offers you something, don't say no.
Yeah. But don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Yes.
And any opportunity you get, snatch it up.
Cool. Right. Final question for this interview, and then we're going to bring it to a close. In your opinion, what makes the Notts alternative scene great?
Oh, I think I've hit it a couple of times earlier on throughout this chat. It is just the general atmosphere and how we're all like family. You can go, we all look after each other. It's like, I mean, I've said, I've through the time I've got to meet people in Manchester and know people in Manchester, Liverpool, Newcastle, London. But it's also been the fact that, I mean, I've gone to Manchester before, not knowing people.
And then
through the love of the alt scene, made new friends.
Yeah.
And then they became, and it has happened where some friends that I've gone and just met on a random night out have become the longest friends. They become friends for life, which is pretty much most of the people that I know.
Yeah. Cool.
I mean, I've been friends with like Bud Chapman, who's now my business partner.
Yeah.
Met him through the alt scene.
And when your gigs are coming up, I did say I'd get you both back on together to actually specifically talk about the gig. Yeah. And especially when No Hate Festival comes up in hopefully next year.
Hopefully, fingers crossed, if everything works to plan, then No Hate will be returning in 2020. Yeah. And like I said, it will hit you like a freight train when we come back. Bigger, better, louder, with a lot more attitude.
Nice. Right, did you want to give a shout out to anyone or any special thanks to anyone before we bring this to a close?
No, I'd just like to say thank you, Jeffro, for this chat and giving us the opportunity to...
That's fine.
Let people know more about me, rather than just there's more to this face than meets the eye.
That, again, people are saying stuff and it's hitting the nail on the head. Like I keep saying, it's about the alternative scene. It's about the people in the alternative scene. Si's sat here, he's run a festival, the No Hate Festival, and he's also works for an accountant's. You know, we've all got a day job. Yeah. We're all different individual people, and he loves being an accountant.
It pays the bills.
I don't know who the hell would, but someone does.
Yeah.
And he runs them.
It gives me money to go to gigs.
Yeah, fair play. Right then, I'm going to bring this to a close. Thank you very much, Si, for doing this. You're an absolute gent.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you very much, Nots Rockers, for listening to NottsRockCast over YouTube. If you would like to check us out on your favourite podcast player, please search NottsRockCast. And don't forget, if you're on social media platforms, give us a like, give us a share. You'll find us at NottsRockCast. Anyway, till next time, keep it Nots, keep it rocks.
NottsRockCast is an association with Regular Riot. Welcome to NottsRockCast, the Notts Alternative Scene podcast. And here is your host, Jethro D, bringing you everything Notts and Rock.